Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better for you. Today I'm going to be trying out Ambessa versus the 6-star Elder Dragon. This fight is going away pretty soon, just in a couple days. So we're trying to test pretty much any champions that we haven't tested yet, or any champions we think would be particularly interesting in here. So we're going to be going for Ambessa. The build we are going with is the Chemtech Duplicator. Ambessa has some really good spells, like your 2nd star power gives you a conscription spell, lets you copy a unit. So doubling that will be massive. Also in this fight, you get this activated turn 1 or turn 2, so that is great. Echoing to make sure we get more copies of Ambessa so we can get her on the board, so Chemtech Duplicator will be activated. And then also her champion spell, very solid, so getting more copies of this essentially and making them cost less, quite nice. And then we're just going for a Black Shield to try to protect all of our units. We're a very unit-focused deck, and we don't want the enemy really messing with them. So this is what we're going to try here today. Now, if you've been enjoying all the daily videos, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Also, we're doing something special over on our Twitch channel. We are playing through the newest Doom games, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, in preparation for Doom the Dark Ages. It's probably my most anticipated game of the year. So if you want to see me playing through those, you can go and check out my Twitch channel, link down below. Or if you want to watch me playing them, but you can't catch me live, you can go to my replays channel, as the videos will be chopped up and put over there as well. All right, let's get into it. First power, let's see what we can get here. Stabilize, actually slow but steady. That is pretty good. Our spells are slow, like this one is, and then the one we get from our 2-star conscription is also slow. So getting them doubled by the Chemtech Duplicator and then doubled by slow but steady, this is going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and grab that, and let's head for Gem Dragon. This is solid. We have a copy of Ambessa. Sometimes with the equine you have to be careful because you can just get like nothing but your main champion in your opening hand. And yeah, we have the 6 mana right away, so let's drop her here. All right, we won't be able to get have enough mana to play any spells yet. We won't be able to kill them. We will be damaging, which isn't the best into this fight, but by attacking, we're able to scale up a little bit. So we'll drop that right here. Suppose we could have waited, and they might have been able to do that Divine Cleric. I think we'll actually go for Rictus. We'd like to get more Marauder on the board, but he'll have that free attack that's going to stun one of them. And then we have that barrier. I was hoping they wouldn't attack. Oh, that's actually great. So they decided not to attack. So we can go ahead and drop this right here. And then we have a bunch of blockers. We can now go for a Public Execution, and we could kill that, but since the strike's going to go off twice, we might as well use it right here to get rid of one of their bigger targets. Well, yes, yeah, it's going to go off 3 times. Alright, that's fine. They're able to attack, but it's not really doing too much for them. So we can attack like this. They're all going to be stunned, and this will just be a solid amount of damage. Alright, and I suppose actually we'll let one of these guys attack. Alright, pretty awesome. We're about to get the attack token again. We can just open attack, and that's going to be game. GG. Right, she does need a new level up. Otacon, really strong, but very expensive. Grant me 1/1 for each ally that's died. That's going to be hopefully no one. So both of these kind of suck. I think we'll go for the Golden Spatula. By targeting own units, we give them barrier. So that'll probably be the best. All right, support champion. What can we get here? Twisted Fate, Vagar, Samira. Samira would be probably pretty fun. Scout, Little Titan, Elegant Edge. Ooh, a free attack. Free attacks are very good for us. Yeah, I think we'll probably go here. Yeah, let's grab Samira. Champion item or shop. Both can be solid. I think let's actually go for the shops. Let's go for Infernal. Let's get rid of the Drummer. And actually, both Public Executions. We'd rather get our Ambessa. And then by getting another copy, we then get the Public Execution. Although, honestly, it wouldn't be bad if we could get a little bit of cost reduction for our Ambessa, so we'd have the mana to play other units. At least we can drop our Elegant Edge, which might just immediately die. Not necessarily the best. I think we'll try. Sometimes they don't block free attacks. Yeah. Well, we got rid of the barrier. And each one of these attacks is just helping our scaling, so it's not the worst. We could go for Kato, but we don't have the attack token this round. I think let's actually open with a public execution just to kill this fire spitter. Well, of course they get another one. We could target her with a Midnight Raid, and they don't have any mana, so they are probably about to attack. If we do Midnight Raid, they could just be able to block us. I think let's actually go for the Golden Spatula here. So blocking either of these is just going to reduce down the damage by 8 because they have Overwhelm. I think we might as well at least try to kill this one. And then this will kill that unit right there. Alright, so we're getting some good scaling, even though we haven't been able to play any other unit. I think let's drop our Kato, because this could be a massive swing for us. So we can attack like this, and yeah, that'll be GG. Thrashing Snapper, so this is going to get 1 cost increase from the Little Titan, and then also from the Radiant Plate Armor. So that's going to go up to a 3 cost, but would be still pretty solid. Grant Allies Overwhelm. Not terrible, does have that draw, would have a good amount of stats. Battering Ram. I think let's actually go for the Snapper. Let's hit up the shop, see what we can get here. True Reflection is quite solid. Summon an ally, give it 1/1. That's okay. That's, yeah, not too bad. 7 cost is a little rough for us. Like, this is very powerful, though. I don't think we'll go for it. I think we want to really focus on our early game, because that's kind of our biggest issue. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Honored Lord. Yeah, we'll probably hit up that one, so let's go for Camavorian. I don't think we need Stylish Shot. Let's drop 1 Ambessa. So what does that one have? Bounty board. We can go ahead and attack and kill this one, which then lets us do a free attack right here. Kill that one from our 6-star. All right, pretty solid getting rid of a lot of their units. I think let's still go for this right here. Getting a kill, getting a rally, getting a free attack. Do we want to go for Kato again? They don't have Challenger. If we drop Kato, though, we won't have enough for the Conscription. But we could drop our Marauder. What do we got here? So yeah, we'll just block this one. And then let's do a Conscription.
What does he want from me?
I think let's do 8 Midnight Raid first, just because it's going to massively scale up all of our other Marauders. And then we can attack like this. They might be able to block our Ambessa because she's the only one without Overwhelm. Yeah, so they're slightly able to survive, but we are about to get the attack token next round. So we'll just be able to attack again. This unit will get killed by our 6-star. And that'll be game. Alright, GG. Death's Foil, Scaled Snapper, the Bloodseeker. Yeah, having double attack is quite good. I suppose we'll grab it. We might not hold on to it. Alright, Honored Lord. Free attack is actually excellent. Anytime we can get some extra attacks, so that's quite good. Healer, what do we want to get rid of? This one does have draw on it. Honestly, you might get rid of the Bloodseeker just because it's so expensive. Yeah, like, it's such a strong card, but 7 mana is quite a lot to play. So even though it's doing a ton of damage, I think we're okay. Let's go for Half Dragon. I think we can give it a Golden Spatula, but let's hold on to the others. It'll be pretty decent. Yeah, this one's probably going to die regardless of what we do. But let's drop our Ambessa. So we can attack like this. That one will die. And then we can we can kill both of these. We can now do a Midnight Raid, which will kill their Shyvana.
We wear red to honor the fallen.
So they'll be able to block and potentially kill this, but let's still go for it. Yeah. Wanted to try.
Another day guarding the walls.
They hopefully won't open attack. All right, let's go for a conscription here. This will be able to give us a bunch of units. And yeah, with them all having the barrier, pretty good at dissuading the enemy from attacking. All right, I think let's just go ahead and attack. That one is going to die. She doesn't have barrier at the moment. I'll go ahead and grab this one. Yeah, this can be okay. So now we're going to get a rally from that kill. We can go ahead and attack again. And if we still need another rally, we could try to play a public execution for whatever they're going to play, but this should just be GG. Yep, GG. Overwhelm, that actually wouldn't be bad. I'd like a little bit of maybe cost reduction or some extra power for her, but Overwhelm is solid since she doesn't really get that by default. All right, let's go for power. When you summon a 1-cost ally, that's very hard to do in this event, just because everything gets cost increase. Allied buffs except barrier are permanent. That would be decent for our rush them down, but that is just a 1/1, so not that big of a deal. I guess, yeah, Kato is a give, but I mean, when we're attacking with him, it's probably over anyways. That's a grant anyways. I think we have 6 rerolls. Let's try to get something that's going to be a bit more impactful right away. Reset, memory game, endurance. Want something a little bit better. Both of these could actually be excellent. I think our Ambessa is high enough to trigger Titanic Wake. There she is. So she's very close. When we drop her because of our other power, our rush them down, I think she'll be able to trigger this, which would be a massive swing in power for us. Like, Deep Cuts is good, but Titanic Wake should be more impactful, so let's try to go there. I want this item chest, but yeah, Ocean Drake is rough. We do have a spell shield, so let's try to go for it. Let's get rid of the drummer. We can keep the other 2. All right, let's drop her here. Yep, it does work, so that is fantastic. I think let's still attack like this, since kill that, get more damage down. Then we can drop the Elegant Edge. So we could drop Kato here, which would be massive, but I want to keep them from attacking. I was actually going to go for Rictus, but I guess we just go for public execution.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
All right, so we could drop a Rictus, or we could go in conscription on her. Sure, let's go ahead and drop this here. All right, let's stack like this. Massive amount of damage. They shouldn't be able to block this. GG. So the fact that our Ambessa is hitting Titanic Wake is pretty massive. Drakehound is actually not too bad. It's a little expensive, but then when our Ambessa is doing all of her attacks that other people aren't really participating in, this would help. Cut and Sweep is okay. Norristy could be fine. I think I kind of want to try the Drakehound. I think that could be pretty fun. Deathless, Power Power Rift would be nice. Some more cost reduction, and Kato's massive. He should trigger the Titanic Wake as well, so that's going to be very good. All right, shop. Let's see. Summon 2 Vanguard Lookouts. That's fine. Having some other units on the board is okay. Nice. For once, the better item is actually not behind Peculiar. Yeah, I think some of these are fine, but we don't really want fine. We only want to pick up something if it's incredible. Tasty Fey Folk is solid. Yeah, let's try one more. Elixir of Wrath isn't bad to be able to hit that 10 power threshold, but I think we're fine. Although a couple of these are solid. Shimmering Mirage is pretty much always actually good, so I think we'll grab that one. And let's not fill our hand up with too much stuff. Let's go for Blackened Ice Dragon. Let's get rid of these two. So for Blackened Ice Dragon, it's almost always a good idea to pass first, because then they blow all their mana on a very annoying card. All right, let's... yeah, drop our Ambessa. Yeah, one more draw and we would get Kato. So, close, but not quite there. Alright, pretty good turn one. Granted, yeah, they have a lot of effects like this that they're not a spell or skill, so they go through Spell Shield, which can be frustrating. And they are going to attack because they have no mana to play, so that's the only thing they can do. I think we will actually drop Kato just to have a bigger blocker for like the Wrath of Freljord. This will go off multiple times, so we can't actually kill that unit. Alright, so we have our rally. This would be... we're gonna get too many, but just getting like one more is definitely worth it. Alright, so we can attack like this. We'll drag this aside. Just actually, it's going to die regardless. We don't need to drag it aside. And that'll be GG. Nice. I think let's go for the Blade Squire. This is one we already have in our deck. Making it a little bit better is not bad. Even though I don't think we've drawn it a single time this entire game. Let's go for Power Riff. Trying to... yeah, we could drop her turn one. Drop the... not Rictus, the guy we just upgraded, Kato. Dropping him round one. That'd be very, very good. So let's go ahead and cut some cards that we're probably never going to play. Like, we don't really need Stylish Shots. I think let's get rid of that. And let's go for Dragon Sire. Let's get rid of pretty much all of these. We want to get our Kato. I think, again, I'm going to try to pass. We'll let that go through. And I think we'll try one more time, just because they can drop that really annoying Shurima Dragon that I hate. Alright, so we didn't get a Rictus, or not, we got a Rictus. Our other guy, let's drop our Ambessa. Alright, so that one's gonna die. We can get this one aside and still do some good damage. They should have someone left for us to use a public execution on. Let's drop one of these, getting another kill. Actually, they might block with the other one, which could be bad. Okay, perfect. And yeah, we could drop other units, but right now I think our Ambessa is just the best thing we have. And then attack again. So our fourth attack in a single round. Pretty crazy. Let's stun him before they get hit with anything else. We'll skip that. We don't really want any of those. Sure. I think let's pass, see if they play something. All right, let's drop a Rictus. Go ahead and stun that. And we can drop this right here, so we get a bunch of him. All right, so this will attack. He will immediately die. And the other's going to get stunned. And this should just be game. Got that spell shield, so everything's fine. And GG. Nice. All right, that was really good. Ambessa is quite solid. I feel like she's a little bit slept on as a champion. I feel like a lot of people don't bring her up too often, but she's actually incredibly good. And with this event, getting your Chemtech duplicator on the board turn 1, very, very strong. You have super just amazing spells that you're generating every round, like your conscription, but then also her champion spell is great, giving you removal and then a rally. So overall, she is quite a lot of fun. Glad I was able to play her in this event. Little sad this event is leaving, but definitely want to recommend trying out. Thank you for watching, though. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And remember, if you want to see me playing through the Doom games in anticipation of Doom the Dark Ages, definitely check out my replays or Twitch channel. Link in the description down below. See ya.